The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Hello everybody, welcome back to What's the Script for another fun-filled episode with myself, Chris, and my compatriot. It's a good word, isn't it?
That is, aye.
Craig, how are we, Craig?
I'm good, mate. I'm all right. I'm a bit tired, but as we record this on a Tuesday evening prior to our Friday drop, but I'm excited about this film, so I'm good, mate. How are you? You all right?
Oh, I'm no bad. I'm no bad. It could be my last night as a non-millionaire. I do have the Euro Millions on, so if the next time you see me and I've got gold teeth and shades and a fur coat and all that, you know what happened.
You've turned into the cowboy. What a smashing segue that was.
I supposed to have seen this guy with hair.
I know.
See many things I've seen him in, he's lost it.
Aye.
But before you even go there.
Before you even go there, mate.
Before you go there, thanks again to our boys Quaid for giving us our tunes, you know what I mean? I've not checked recently if there's any gigs, but you shouldn't need gigs coming up to go and listen to them. They're on Spotify, you know what I mean? Go in there, get a wee bit of thrill to your souls there.
Aye, they're on all the platforms. They're on the TikTok and all that, I know.
Aye, I've seen a couple of them. See the videos of the acoustic wee videos and all that. That's smashing, so it is. A wee pang of jealousy. Like, bastard can play a guitar.
So can I, but just no as good as they boys.
Aye. And again, a wee shout out to a wee fraternity of podcasters. Yes, the Seismic Boys. What was that one they done recently? I was listening to it now.
Oh, fucking Harry Snotter.
Aye. It's stupendous.
Aye, where Gary Oldman just recreates his makeup for playing Dracula in 1990, didn't
he? He does, mate. Shout out to the boys at Diabolico again. I don't know if did they get back in touch with you, Craig? About picking a number?
I forgot to send them a little message, but I'll do that later.
Today's episode will be sponsored by Alzheimer's.
Or will it? I can't remember.
And of course, I shout out to our mainstays at the Breakfast Club. I listened to their Darkman one. I enjoyed that.
I listened to it today. It took him a long time to fucking start it, didn't it? Jesus Christ, but it was good. Fucking talk about Sam Raimi and that. See, before they broke into the film, and they just went after a tangent, as they do famously. And Moss started saying about, I'm going to get cast for Harry Potter, just this 40-year-old guy dancing with fucking 10, 14-year-olds and all that. I was like, hell, man. What a picture.
Oh, it's superb, man. Aye. Oh, plenty of laughs. So if you've not listened to our wee fraternity's recent episodes, get out there and get them listened to because they're smashing.
100%.
But exciting news, people. You might have seen on the socials and all that. I'm going to hand it out to Craig for a wee promo.
What's this, Christopher? Do we have news? Breaking news? Do we?
Of course.
No, we need a 1980s fucking breaking news. Beep, 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 beep. Well, as it is good news, it's good news for us, mate, and it's good news for the people in question. As I dropped on Monday on the social platforms, What's the Script are delighted to announce that we're linking up with Native Origins, who will be the main sponsor of the podcast going forward. Now, these guys will be demanding your attention in the extremely near future with bespoke leisure and fitness wear. So keep your eyes and ears open because it's not to be missed. I have seen the stuff. I've seen some designs. I've seen videos. I've seen promos, and it's looking good, mate. It's looking good. It's not your average send away and get a hoodie made pish. These are quality. So drop them a like and a follow on all the social platforms. It's Native Origins, and trust me when I say it's going to be huge. So be part of something exciting, and you too can wear the legacy. Yeah.
Oh,
I love that.
ah,
I love that.
swish. Aye. Ah, so there you go. What you find for you to check out? Probably dropping more news about it on the socials in the near future.
Yes.
So be set your wee jingles for it. But aye. So moving on. Last episode, it was my pick, wasn't it?
Sure was, mate.
And
Sure was.
picked the wee classic, the wee Channel 4 loving. You know what I mean? I hadn't seen this film all the way through until I got to a certain age, but I'd seen bits of the film between breaks. So it was Channel 4. But the movie was innerSPACE, made in 1987.
Why, yeah.
What were you doing in 1987?
1987, I was still shy of my first pubic hair. I was 9 years old. I was on the back end of a winning championship season for Glasgow Rangers, which was the first in 9 long bastard years. But there was a lot of other things happening in 1987, mate. Do you want me to tell you about them?
Oh, spill 1987's news iris.
Let's go back to the year. Back to the year. Back to the year of the film. Din, din, din. Woo! Well, world events in 1987 from the BBC. No, fuck, we'll talk about the BBC. They're my bad books.
I know, mate.
Well, 1987, in the world that we lived in, I lived in, you didn't. Margaret Thatcher became the very first Prime Minister in 160 bastard long years to win her third consecutive term in the Iron Throne at Westminster. Yeah. She was hated that much, they kept voting her in. There you go.
Aye.
That's 2 weeks in a row I've mentioned Margaret Thatcher. Another fucking fascinating fact, which Hitler's deputy was found dead in 1987. See, he lived a ripe old life, so he did. Superpower treaty is agreed to scrap all nuclear warheads, which still hasn't happened yet. The only time it did happen was in Superman 4, A Quest for Peace, when he fired those bastards into the sun, inadvertently creating a nemesis in the name of Nuclear Man.
That's when they went, we're not getting rid of these. Look what happens.
Aye, maybe that's exactly what it is. A big blondie comes in with these bastards' fingernails. Oh, Jesus. The MS, well, I remember this very, very well. I was only a wee boy, obviously. The MS Herald of Free Enterprise capsized, leaving the port of Zeebrugge. It's more commonly known as the Zeebrugge ferry disaster, and that was in Belgium, and it killed 193 people. If I remember correctly, I think it was attributed to somebody leaving the cargo doors open. Fucking hell, man.
You just noticed some guy like that. It's no my job to shut that.
I just joked it. I did, mate. I fucking did. They're playing that game. Fucking glitches.
So how about shut that door? They can up my fucking wages.
That's not my job.
I'm not getting paid in chocolate again.
Also, the King's Cross fire, remember that as well? That killed 31 people after a fire underneath an escalator at King's Cross Station. That changed the law and everything because the escalators were like made of wood, some bits of them, and it was all rubbish underneath them. Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But we'll get away from that there. That was my world events. There was other world events, but we have touched on them in a previous podcast. So there we go. So you might have been a bit depressed. You might have said, I'm got to pictures. Fuck this. There was such smashing flicks in the movies on this 87 year. Full Metal Jacket, Good Morning Vietnam, Blind Date, The Untouchables, friend to the podcast, Empire of the Sun, Wall Street, Hamburger Hill, Over the Top, Batteries Not Included, and The Witches of Eastwick.
Oh, I think I've seen every one of them there. Smashing me films.
Oh, VHS fucking out your nuts, though they were. Music-wise, we were getting hit in the earlobes through our Sony Walkman with the fucking wraparound earphones with the big orange sponges. I Want to Dance with Somebody by Our Whitney. Never going to Give You Up by Rick Astley. It's a Sin by the Pet Shop Boys. Heart and Soul by T'Pau. Big Love by Fleetwood Mac. And Is This Love that I'm feeling by the Whitesnake. So, a few bangers in there, mate.
And who went to the fucking morgue? Oh, fucking waiting.
What are you prepared to do? Brilliant segue for Untouchables. Death-wise, mate, we took our hats off and we placed our hand across our hearts to the passing of Rita Hayworth. Also, didn't dance that day, Fred Astaire. Andy Warhol, that freaky bastard, he died. Jackie Gleason, who I only know through Family Guy. Every time we've done a skit, to the moon, Alice, to the moon. And Lee Marvin also passed away. So, stars of the silver screen and Andy Warhol, who was celebrated for.
I don't know, mate. I've seen it myself. He's took a picture of a can of soup. Yeah, but look at the curves, man. The curves. It's not subjecting itself to today's modern squares, you see. What?
Exactly. The best time I've ever seen Andy Warhol was in Men at Black 3, and the guy, undercover agent, was playing Andy Warhol. Remember? That was fucking smashing.
Is that Bill Hader, wasn't it? I'm taking a picture of a sandwich.
It's transcendent. And everyone's like, oh, yeah. So that was you, mate. That was the year that was, 1987. Which I will be trimming a little for the next time because I do go on, don't I?
Oh no. People need to know what happened, you see. Because, I mean, how often do you Google what happened in 1987?
You don't. I nearly say, and do you know what I nearly done? I nearly fucking started singing one of their songs. If you know, I slapped myself conscious right in the dial before I done it.
I wasn't going to say it all. See the headphones that wrap around your head. Oh, thankful we don't use them anymore. You know, it's all about the earbuds.
Oh, they were sweaty. They were smashing. I know. They were dead light.
Oh,
so they were dead light.
Aye.
Oh.
Aye. Things move on. Speaking of moving on, the film.
Just imagine you at your beloved's funeral. Oh, Chris, you were there for 40 years. She gave you the best time of your life, the best years she had to offer. Never missed a day with you. How you feeling, son? Ah, well, things move on. Pint.
Aye, well, pint. It comes in pints. Aye. But aye, so moving swiftly on to the movie we'll pick today. innerSPACE. You picked it, mate. Tell us why. What does it mean to you? What does it bring up inside you?
Oh, certainly not vomit, I'll tell you that. I touched on it lightly at the end of last week's podcast. It's a very nostalgic favourite of mine. It was one of 4 kind of movies that I watched all the time. This along with Secret of My Success, Predator, and something else I mentioned last week was escapes me now. But I've watched this back to front, inside out, and having no watched it in about 15, 20 years maybe, watching it the day. And it will get to it, right. It was released in November 1987 by director Joe Dante and executive producer Steven Spielberg. And the two of them were kind of hot off the press after doing Gremlins, another one we've already done. So they cast in on their notoriety at the time, shall we say. Also, it stars Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, Meg Ryan, Kevin McCarthy, Fiona Lewis, Vernon Wells, and Robert Picardo, who's aptly named because he was in fucking Star Trek, even though it wasn't the one with Picard in it. But get the fucking link. The budget was 27 millions, which, having read it, I thought, oh, it's steep. Having watched it again today, I'm like, no, it wasn't. And it brought in just under double its money there at 42 million in the box office. It sits kind of admirably at a 6.7 out of 10 on ImDb and a very healthy 88% on the Rotten of Fruits. So there you go.
It's all about that, isn't it? It's all about what matters. But aye, like you were talking about budget and all that. Won an Oscar for the best visual effects, so it was money well spent.
Yes, sir. It's so dead. So dead, man.
I mean, an original idea getting like, shrinking something down and get into the human body. It's a well thought up movie, isn't it?
It's no an original idea for even back then because it was kind of piggybacking off the idea which was in a 1966 movie, something along the same lines, and I can't remember if I wrote it down or not because I've got all my notes the same color on this bastard iPhone. Samsung was better for color, you know what I mean? So if I find it, I'll touch on it a wee bit later on. But a great idea, mate.
Well, I was going to say, was this the inspiration behind Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Because I think that came out after this.
I wasn't sure. I didn't even look it up, but I was curious about that myself. Having seen them both, in fact, I'll do my homework after this and find out what the budget was for and what year it was for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, because visually, I think this is better, man. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, definitely. It's definitely a highlight, but for me, I know I thought they could have done more. See, well, Dennis Quaid's inside Jack's body. I thought they could have done more things for you to kind of see and experience. Know what I mean?
You are approaching the testicles. Do not nick the testicles. Aye. The most impressive thing I can say about this was there was a vast, I use vast not as a body of work, vast scope for there to be a lot of noticeable green screen, and there wasn't. It was done so good, man.
Aye.
Especially with the heart.
Well, I was going to say that. Aye.
The blood cells.
Aye. Because I was going to say, would you like to see this remade with today's means? No.
It's absolutely fine the way it was, and as I say, and I'm not saying this through nostalgia, because I was looking at it critically today, and it stood up, it stood out, it didn't look out of date or of a time. But 1987, we're talking about nearly 40 years ago. Fuck's sake.
Aye,
you know what I mean?
Aye, it was exact same, ditto. I was aye, this because I was expecting it to watch it again and go, oh, that's. I mean,
So
as much as I like Jason and the Argonauts, not I mean, you can watch that now and you go, he's fighting wee plasticine men.
Aye, the skeletons on the bone. What are they fucking doing? Somebody's running around behind Cyclops. You'll not see. Nobody thought of that. You know what I mean? In case anybody doesn't know, right, very, very quickly, when a cocky pilot undergoes miniaturisation experiment, an important element necessary to get back to normal size is stolen. He, along with his colleagues, must relieve the element. That's a shite synopsis. I copied and pasted that and never read it. That was rubbish. Basically, Tuck Pendleton gets miniaturized. He's meant to go inside a rabbit for an experiment, but we'll get to why he didn't. He gets injected into Jack, and then all hell breaks loose, and it's quite funny.
Aye. I touching on this, the how things all come to be. See, really how the plot that carries this film. It's simple yet effective. You know what I mean? Bad guys know about technology. They want the technology to punt the technology. Know what I mean? And it just helps it go along. There's no overcomplicated fucking reason for it. It's just
Mhm.
boom, there it's there.
Well, exactly, because see, McCarthy's character, whose name escapes me, he's in the back of the freezer and he's telling Jack that they go to the highest bidder. Who wins? I don't care. Frankly, I'm just in it for the money. I'm like, boom, there's your dinner. There's a bad guy just wanting pied. Fucking have some of that, please.
Exactly. Know what I mean? Let's see now. If they want to make this film now, it would be fucking, I don't know, that they wanted to mass produce it and fucking this they were in charge of it and all that. And you're going, well, see, if everybody's got it, then why is it so expensive? Just fucking bad guy wants tech, wants to put like twins. Know what I mean? The guy is chasing something in this fucking suitcase. That's all you need to know. It helps the plot.
Aye, but there's a fucking a horrible need for why these days, isn't there?
Aye.
But why? Can we look back and I mean, we talked last week about how fucking bad The Crow was. They wasted an hour and 13 minutes thinking the audience were fucking stupid because we didn't need to know any of that. The original Crow told
Aye.
us we didn't need to know fucking any of that. We just needed to know two people were in love and they were murdered. That was it. Didn't need to see how they met or fucking shite.
See, I don't even know the bad guy in that. See the bad guy in that? Is he a demon or something? You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? It's the one thing I was tuning out at bits and all that shit, but he made a deal with the devil to fucking deliver the devil's souls, didn't he? I think that was the long and short of it, but it was just so cheesy, just the eyes rolling back black and going, I look home and hands in their ears. You know what I mean? And then just talking
Aye,
herself.
well, let's. I was going to say, let's if they made this film now, see that bad guy in the van, see instead of him saying, "I want this tech so I can make money off it," you would get his backstory. My father was but a simple farmer, and he created the wheel. And you know what they did with that?
Aye. Don't think
Good.
he does go into a wee after he says I'm just in it for the money, he goes into a wee backstory about how he started out in Arizona and you fade away because Jack
Aye, it's no
fades
point.
away. Jack
Aye,
fades away because
no,
he's talking to Tuck. Aye, exactly.
it's aye. Whereas that would be the mainstay, and you go, "Oh, that bad guy's not really a bad guy. He's a guy doing in his luck."
Exactly. You don't as Billy Connolly would say, I don't need to know. I'll understand. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking. But anyway. Well, Martin Short, appreciation. There's no, I don't know if he gets the love that he deserves, but the guy is fucking immense in this.
Yes. And this is peak of his powers, Martin Short, running about the same time as Steve Martin and Chevy Chase and all the kind of good people. John Candy and all that stuff. Martin Short was getting the gigs, and he's a funny guy. I was extremely upset to read because I started watching Murderers in the Building. It was being vilified and called out online by fucking just, you know what online's like, just bad bastards. And they were just calling him shite and washed up, and he was quite depressed about it. But he's bounced back. I'm glad to say, but in this, mate, the physical comedy,
It's fucking, it's amazing, by the way. It's another,
so
I
good.
know we said it's the effects are the highlight, but his physical acting is fucking amazing, by the way. I mean, he was actually giving me anxiety at bits.
Oh, aye, definitely. Spewed his fucking in the motor towards the end with lid in. He's and you're like, aye, they're fighting in his lungs, isn't he, bastard?
It was just the whole fucking stress. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I know it's the character, but it's just see the mass panic moving from situation to situation, and it's just fucking take a breath, mate. Take a breath.
Aye, he plays his part superbly, and obviously it's been written superbly, but he's played it superbly because we're introduced to this hypochondriac, didn't we?
Aye. I mean, that would just go completely air people's heads now. Like, they would just miss it. You wouldn't catch it, you know what I mean? But the fact he is a hypochondriac, and then that's what's fucking hilarious, that the fact that happens to him, this happens
Mhm.
to him, because it's like, I'm hearing voices. Oh, there's that mad bastard. You know what I mean?
I bet even the doctor says to me, says, "Check, come on, you're the cornerstone of my medical practice." You know what I mean?
I mean,
Brilliant.
are you built the West Wing?
Exactly. Every time you phone me, I phone my bank manager. For fuck's sake. Your
Mate, it's
ringtone is cha-ching.
I just, I'm Martin Short appreciation. The guy's fucking superb. There's no many things I've watched and I went, he was shite in that. You know what I mean?
No,
Just
definitely not.
even for the small time he's in it and Jungle to Jungle, superb man.
Aye, amazing. It was doing what do you call it? I've only seen again shorts on YouTube and Instagram. I've never looked into the actual program. He was doing a skit because he's obviously fell away for the films before he got into Murders with a Building, and he was playing this kind of campy, overweight talk show host.
Aye, he was interviewing people.
It's fucking
It's funny as fuck.
hilarious.
Aye, it's brilliant.
it's it's like it's like between two ferns, but not. You know what I mean?
Aye,
It's
I don't
so
know if
good.
it's part of a bigger chat show, say in
No, aye,
America, like Jimmy
possibly.
Kimmel or something like that, and he's like a skit in it. But hilarious, mate. Every time it pops up, I watch it.
Because he's always back and forth, and he's seating, and he's like, "Oh,
Aye.
you actual little Dickens," and all that kind of stuff. I need to investigate that. I need more of it, Martin.
Aye. But funnily enough, we're talking about Martin Short. I read the other people that were considering for this the role of Jack. Now,
Oh,
one is mental, right? But the other two I could maybe see in it.
Clint
Right?
Eastwood.
No.
That's mental.
Mel Gibson was one of them. Right? That's what I'm talking. That's mental. Could you imagine him fucking running about like
That's Lethal Weapon, Mel Gibson.
that? You know what I mean? It's
No, no, thank you.
the other two I read I could see, and there's one I would say it's probably on par with Short, the way it could have went. The other one was Rick Moranis, you know what I
Ah,
mean?
mhm.
And the other one was Robin Williams.
Oh,
I could have seen him in doing that part neighbour.
aye, they're two very, very good shouts. Obviously, they must have been really busy at the time as well. You know what I mean?
Aye. Oh, definitely. But and that's not the only other like actors that were considered for parts.
Yeah, do
Like
go on.
is it the Lydia,
Mm-hmm.
who's obviously Meg Ryan in this. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, Linda Hamilton, Jodie Foster, Demi Moore, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Sigourney Weaver were all considered. So it's aye, the the different choices are there. So, but I think the cast in this all works. Know what I mean?
Ah, aye. I mean, I named more than the original three, as it were, but they work so well together. I mean, obviously, at the time, Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan met on the set of that film, and they dated from there, and the two later married in February 14th, 1991, but divorced in 2001 after she had an affair. But she's running
Oh.
wild again.
Oh yeah. What you like, Meg? What are you like?
Yeah, like you slack leg cow that you are. It wasn't your fault, Hen. He was walking past you in the street, you bumped into one another, he accidentally fell and stuck his dick in you. It happens. Good on you, Dennis, for getting shot at, but no time for these cheating bastards. Having
Oh,
said that, she was a beautiful, beautiful looking woman.
aye. I looked at her back catalogue, right? Because I know of Meg Ryan, but I've not seen a lot of her films, and I seen why, because she was a lot of the rom-com stuff, wasn't she?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
The two biggest ones I
aye.
can always think, as I mentioned last week, was Top Gun and You've Got Mail
Yeah, it might have
with
been aye. It
Tom
sounds like it.
Hanks. She worked in the
Aye,
bookstore.
aye.
He
In
worked
fact,
in
it
another
was.
bookstore.
Aye, aye. Fucking.
Mhm.
There was a whole host of them. I'm going like, oh, it's lady porn. It's all lady
Oh,
porn.
Harry Met Sally, I know, wasn't it? She done the
Aye, that's the
orgasm
other
at the
one.
dinner
Aye.
table scene, which was pretty impressive. Obviously, I've seen hundreds of those
Yeah, man. You're a
on
big
Pornhub.
romantic, ain't you?
On Pornhub. I never said in real life, man. Okay, leave me alone.
But mate, another shout out to another actor in this,
Mm.
and is it what's his name? The guy who plays Mister Igo.
I go.
Aye, Igo, mate.
Ego? I was waiting on
Aye,
Piggle coming after that, man. Ego, Piggle.
I know, mate. Aiko. Your grandma, my grandma.
Sitting by the fire.
Aye. See this guy, mate. Does he ever play a good person in a film?
Nah, not so much. He
It's
enjoys
Mad
that role,
Max.
doesn't he?
He's got arseless chaps, know what I mean? And he's no happy at Max. Then
No.
Commando, he's a mad fucking pervy kidnapper guy, you know what I mean? It's
He has his, he plays the parts well, and this as well as a very robotic, one-handed fucking hitman kind of thing.
aye.
However, we find out later in the film, which I didn't register until today, that it has a special attachment.
Aye.
I didn't. Obviously, I just was too young to even think about that, right? But
Aye.
we'll get to that. That might be one of my favourite bits in the film. No,
Aye. No, I've just because I've wrote down about his character. He is practically the Terminator.
wrote that down, I know, mate. He has hairdo and
Yes.
specs.
Aye. Just fucking black, just taking motors, kidnapping folk. Know what I mean? And apparently that was part of the original script. He was actually going to be an android.
Oh well, aye, good on him. But I
So
can imagine just James Cameron just glancing at this movie and thinking, "Oh, shopping mall, short and spiked hair, sunglasses." Hmm.
aye.
T2 was
Aye.
written the very next day.
Because apparently, you see the whole script. The whole script was going to be a bit darker. Know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like obviously, when they go in to steal the equipment to begin with, the gas were scientists and all this. But in the original script, everybody was going to get machine gunned. Know what I mean? How do we pass this off as a comedy, lads?
Boomerang. See that gas? It's neck breaking
Oh,
gas.
aye.
Nobody goes like, they just go, something being punched in the face with solid matter. Oh,
Aye. No, that poor bastard in Escape from New York got stoned for about 5 minutes. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead.
oh, my
Oh, here
heart.
I go.
And do you want to know quite a good wee fact that I quite liked? Many people in the movie fraternity say that Thelma and Louise in 1991 had the very first selfie ever taken in a movie. But right before Tuck Pendleton is shrunk and put into the syringe, he grabs a Polaroid camera and does a selfie with one of his co-workers. And even before that, Clark Griswold takes one in National Lampoon's European Vacation in 1985.
Right.
So all you mad mental feminist moviegoers that love Thelma and Louise, ram that right up your hole. All right?
Just take that opinion and just drive it off a cliff.
Again, I can only point to the disclaimer, people. Take me with a pinch of salt. I'm in danger of fucking losing 100 females subscribers after this. I don't mean it. I love you.
Oh, some men just want to watch the world burn.
I like you
Oh.
as long as the bitch you've got are the bitch you were born with. Said Michael Caine. I'm quoting that. That's not me. That's Michael
That's
Caine.
a direct quote.
Direct quote to Michael Caine in a lift. Aye, there you go.
Oh, but aye. The special effects for Jack's body. Obviously, Puck gets shrunk down, injected into a man Jack. for some reason, I don't know why, watching this back again today, I felt it just reminded me of Journey to the Centre of the Earth for some reason. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know, mate.
You know,
It might just be wee tunnels. I don't know. Whatever the fuck it is, just looks like an alien fucking environment. Know what I mean?
does, doesn't it? Especially
Oh,
because he's obviously in his arse, and the first thing he sees when he wakes up is big, big round fat cells in it.
is it,
Quite.
is it a P Diddy party? Is it?
There was no baby oil used in this production. Let me tell thee.
Use the lube, Luke. Use the lube.
The one kind of faux pas about that whole thing is later on, Jack really doesn't know how we go inside him. How, and I'm like, you get fucking, you get stabbed in the arse in a shopping mall. You must know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See
It's
my, see Mad Ozzy. How constipated did he look, man, when he was jabbing?
aye. I know, mate. It's see again, mate. I felt like I was watching the Terminator. See Terminator
Yes,
2.
because of the storm drains.
Aye. It's
Aye.
fucking I'm starting to that's plagiarism. It's plagiarism.
Which, by the way, San Francisco doesn't have. So that bit was shot in LA.
There
There you are.
you go. There you are.
And I'm going to go back and watch that bit now because I can fucking almost guarantee I seen a wee guy sitting on a hill and it's Jimmy Cameron. A pen and paper.
Oh, but aye, Mad Aussie. Go with the most athletic scientist ever.
Oh, boy, he
He
could
does that.
move, couldn't he?
All he had to do was fucking swim and he'd have won a gold medal.
No, else I had to do was after he fucking leaped the fence and then leapt back here and into the bushes. All I had to do was stay to the other side of the bushes to the motorway and come back out of the bushes. And maybe I took his white coat off as not to appear like a pure stand out in front of
I
everybody.
know.
But
It,
hey
it
ho,
was the fashion at the time.
it was, and it
What is that? Simpler times.
the war
But
cry from Toll Cross is simpler times. It always has been since Country for Old Men. There we go. That's the excuse that
oh,
was rolled out.
exactly. That's how you explain everything away. Know what I mean?
Even I've done it now on the back of you. Fucking right. As a chase, I think the whole openings, we'll get to the favourite scenes and all that, obviously, very, very soon. A couple of more facts for you here, people. The first cut was overwhelmingly positive by the crew and Warner Brothers executives. They were very excited to release it and hoped it would be their biggest movie for the studio, as was the case with Joe Dante and Steven Spielberg's production collaboration of Gremlins. Although the film was released on Independence Day weekend, the advertising for it was minimal and it flopped at the box office. See, so
Right.
it goes to show you, even nowadays, if the marketing is no right, it doesn't matter who you've got at the top of the tree. I mean, they two were
Aye.
at the peak of their powers. They were well sought after. They were gaining like a limited budget, and they thought they'd cut back on the fucking posters and the ads and all that shit, and it went against them.
Aye. That's how you just like you says, mate. It's just the environment at the time. I mean, we've done a couple of films now. I don't know what the marketing was behind some of them, but just like Tate and New Escape from New York, for instance,
Mm.
there might have people that like that film, but effectively it didn't do so well. So
Mm-hmm.
another big. It's weird how you get stuff like that. See,
As
fails at the box office and all that stuff, and then the videotapes or the DVDs come out. Well, no, so much now, but when it goes on to streaming, it ends up number one on Netflix
aye,
and all that shit, and you're going, you've no help this year.
no, I would like to ask our American listeners, viewers, whatever, is is the movies a big part of July the 4th anyway? Going to the pictures, is that a big box office day? I've never known it. I always thought it's barbecue and fireworks in a game of
Mm.
football.
Aye.
So
Maybe
whoever
that's
signed that off, I will release that
aye.
on American Independence Day, and everybody's outside, man. We'll put it there, man.
Well, so much like the same here, I know, mate. It's like there's films that come out on Christmas Day and all that,
Mm.
and I'm like, who's got the pictures? No, not to decry anybody, but who's got the pictures on Christmas? Know what I mean? Or it comes out Boxing Day. Nobody can walk. Know what I mean? After Christmas. Know what I mean? So it's like, who's going to watch that? Know what I mean? Nobody wants to leave the house.
Aye, exactly. Although, by the way, have you seen the trailer for Red One?
Aye.
That looks good, mate. That looks a bit of me in it. The Rock and Chris Evans with Big Jonah Jameson and Santa Claus. Fucking,
That's it.
I'm into that.
Aye, they're cashing in on these action-packed Christmas films these days, aren't they?
Fucking right. Our pal Kurt Russell and his missus done fucking splendid for the two movies. I love them.
Aye. Aye. But anyway, enough of Christmas.
Please.
What did they No, I'll not say it because
What?
favorite scenes. Like, because I nearly said about Mr. Igo's fucking attachment.
Oh, aye. Aye. I can't. I will get to it, mate. Don't worry about it. You can say it if you want. I found my wee fact about the movie. This being derived from another movie. William Scarlett, he was the guy that played Jack's doctor in this film, right? And as an in-joke, he had played the doctor in The Incredible Shrinking Man in 1957. So he was actually cast off the back of that, which was a big thing about how this movie was made anyway. And he was good. He was quite a dry sense of humour doctor. I quite liked him. I'll get one of his favourite lines later, actually, which was quite good.
But this film, innit? It's a good family adventure film. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Just one of them everybody can go and see because there's no. Well, I'd say it's not really raunchy, but Mr. Igo's attachment. Know what I mean? Well, you were away and watching it, you didn't know anything about it. Know what I mean?
Then that was one for the dads, mums and dads. Like,
oh, Beatrice, what you like?
Maybe it was a plantar fasciitis massager. He screwed on his hand. I just thought that was funny when I seen it today because it was obviously Margaret's and him are having a wee fling, and he's putting all the attachment on his false hand. He's popped the champagne and all that, and he's done something else, and then he takes an attachment off, and you don't see it off camera, but she's in the negligee, and she's like, "I really have to go. I'm terribly busy." And Mr. Igo just approaches her. Now he hears, that sounds like a pneumatic drill, but it's meant to sound like a vibrator.
Aye. And then he's about to whisk the shit out of her.
Whisk the fucking eggs right at her. That's horrible. Ooh. Get right out of your
it's all
fallopian
foamy.
tubes. Oh. I'm sorry about that, hen. Omelette?
It's like a thick mousse.
Jesus. Oh, that'd be sick. So that was a kind of one for the adults that obviously all us children missed when it happened because it was off camera. It was just a noise. It could have been anything at all, but the sick mind tells you it wasn't. It was one specific thing.
Like I was saying, it's a good family film, and I mean, somebody does get shot and die. Who knows? They get shot and killed, but for the most part, it's just a family friendly film, innit?
Aye. Do you know what? It actually, if you sit back and look at it, it just reeks of Steven Spielberg. It's got a Goonies, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids vibe to it. Even a wee bit of E.T. in it. Do you know what I mean? It's got that kind of music. It fits all the scenes and the chasing. That chasing at the start, mate, is cracking. You know what I mean?
Oh, aye. Prolonged, and because I know, like I say, Ozzy's some athlete and all that, but it ends up very shiny. Know what I mean? I mean, his forehead reflects the light just like his glasses.
I know. that's always bothered me. People in films that get sweaty wearing specs, because I can just walk down a set of stairs and my specs will steam up. You know what I mean? But they can run
Aye.
a mile and pedal 5 and look constipated and dripping with fucking moisture, and his glasses are flawless.
See,
Mental.
this is one thing, right? I know it's in so many films, right? It's probably in every film, right? See when somebody's getting chased, right? And they run into a public area. Not one person says to them, "Oh, what's the matter with you? Are you okay? Are you in trouble?" And not one person. You know what I mean?
I know. And the person fleeing didn't make for the security station. You know what I mean? He just hides behind a lift. Well, it doesn't even hide behind the lift. He leans against a pillar at a lift with a big bright white coat on. You know what I mean?
So I mean, it's just it's a daft wee thing that's in films. Obviously, it has to happen for the plot to carry on, right? But I mean, see if you trip in the street in the middle of the town, somebody goes, "Oh, watch yourself there!" Like nobody fucking notices this guy is he's beetroot sweating. He's wearing a lab coat like that. What the fuck happened at your work? Have you released a monster or something?
Aye. And he looks as if he's leaned against a plum. You know what I mean? Back's
Aye.
fucking red raw. Aye, that's family silly bits that, you know what I mean?
Aye.
I don't mind. It was quite funny, because even when I go, you're talking about him maybe going to be a robot in this. He is robotic like. When he shoots him through the finger and the wee boy just stuns, pure mesmerised, and he just goes, whew. No gain a fuck, who sees it? You know what I mean?
Go gadget finger. Maybe that's what
Very
he
much
used.
so.
Maybe it was a horn with just a vibrating finger. What's that? What have you got that for? In case I need to scratch a lucky dip there.
Got to say, whatever it was, when Margaret looked very calm and collected throughout the movie. Very satisfied.
Put a finger on us. That'll calm her down.
That'll release her jaws. Bobby
But
the Barman told me that.
we've danced through it, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Favourite scenes. Hit me with them.
Favourite scenes, plenty of them. We probably just talked about one in the opening. The Jack's nightmare coming to fruition was brilliant, because it's a two-part thing. It starts off in the doctor's office when he's getting his physical, and he's describing the dream he's having about this fucking mad woman with a red hair and a bright green dress and all that. And that ends in a bit of physical comedy for Jack fucking getting his reflexes, and he kicks the table and then gets tangled in the hanging all that. And then when it jumps to his dream coming to fruition in the supermarket, we see why the groceries are scanning at stupid prices. Not it's because Pendleton's inside them hitting the electromagnetic button or whatever it is. It's funny as fuck, man. And the funniest or most harrowing thing is the way he's flinging the groceries down that scanner, man. Woof! I like that.
See this before that, there's a bit. Well, it's what's the lassie's name in it again? Wendy. See when she's packing the bags, she puts a case of eggs in the bag first and then squashes them with this big glass bottle of juice. I'm at. Oh.
Even for a young age, mate, that has fucking flung my anxiety through the roof, by the way. It really has, man. No! Aye. But it's good writing, innit? Because it incorporates his dream sequence. There's a wee bit, you forget about it. And then, it's prevalent all of a sudden. And quite weird. It just shows the great writing in this film, because even Wendy, you're speaking about Wendy, for all she's in it, there's an arc with her. Do you know what I mean? Becoming this selfish cunt where Jack's concerned and standing him up and blah, 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 to the point where he turns up at a nightclub in Tux Clay's, and because he's not interested, she fucking wants him. Do you know what I mean? Call me later. Okay. But she smokes far too much, lassie. She smokes far too much.
You're like the only person I haven't slept with in our job, but I'm not the one vaguely attracted to. He's like, what?
Thank you. It's not how to react. Here's a favourite scene for you, mate.
Oh, for me, mate, the standout is when Jack first hears Tuck when he's in the doctor's office. It is fucking superb, man. It's
Mm.
like the first he's in the lift and he's like, "Hey, buddy, can you hear me?" And he's like, and he's looking around the lift, and people are like that going, "Oh,
Aye.
mate." Then see when he's like, he sits down, obviously waiting to go see the doctor. Tuck's talking in his ear again. All right, buddy, can you hear me? And he's like turning around talking to this guy, and he's going, "Are you talking to me?" No. He starts talking to this woman, and then she goes, "Are you okay?" And he's like, that was one of my favourite lines on. He goes, "Would I be in a doctor's office if I was okay?" But he fucking, it's the way Martin Short delivers it, mate. I was like, oh, fucking class.
Aye.
Oh,
And then right after that, it's the quick fire three-way between them in it. It's brilliant, man.
it's fucking
Amazing.
so good, mate.
You see that guy in the
people
doctor's
would need to
office?
watch
That's
it.
him for Happy Gilmore that keeps shouting, "Jackass!"
Aye. You will not make this shot, jackass.
Okay. And then the wee woman, she's
Oh,
just been
mate.
shouted at by Jack. You know what I mean? It's fucking. And then he goes like that. "Do you want to? Want to what? Talk. Only if you want to." It's so nice you actually talk to him, all that. And then, as you say, mate, you can end the scene for us.
Oh, mate. It's it's tremendous. It's see that kind of comedy. It just carries on through time. That'll always be funny. Know what I mean? I think that's
Somebody
why this
help
falls.
me. I'm possessed. And it's the dramaticness of storing up all that. Oh.
It's just his mad voice. Doing these fucking these, he gets frantic and starts shouting and all that. He's got this man fucking kind of huskiness to his voice. Know what I mean? It's brilliant, man.
It'll always be funny because this hypochondriac, softly spoken wee mouse is booming the voice. Every cunt's surprised at it, you know what I mean? And then after it, the doctor comes in reading the file. "Good news, Jack." And they can't see him. "Oh, hey there," and he's doing the flare. I think we can rule out demonic possession right off the bat. Isn't that nice? Oh, brilliant.
Demons speak through you, not to you. And he's like, hi, hi.
But this little voice is talking to me. He's calmed down again, sitting there doing the Zen fucking movement upside down, all that.
Mate,
Brilliant.
it's like that. It's just the way that carries right on, man. See right into his flat and all that. It's fucking superb, brilliant, brilliantly wrote and acted and all that. Just superb, man.
There's so many. I mean, the main synopsis is the main synopsis, but there are so many side stories in this that aren't filling any dead space. It's so great, which I never appreciated as a young boy. I just liked the science of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right for the start, it's Dennis Quaid steaming at like a prestigious Navy Air Force awards dinner and all that, and he's trying to take a piss in the kitchen. He's drunk. He's been overlooked to pilot the new jet fighters and all that, and he's just come. I think this is. I say to you earlier on, Dennis Quaid plays a drunk fabulously, and then you had a reminder in me that I don't think he was kidding on. He was drunk. And I was like, "That's right. He's a sober person now, isn't he?" But he's Patter, and he's a good looking guy in it, isn't he? And he's charismatic and he's funny. His dialogue's really good. That whole thing, it shows you right away that Lydia loves him but shouldn't be with him. You know what I mean? Because this film kind of celebrates alcoholism a bit. It's just it's that. It's sat tuck again, steaming. What's it like? Fondling manholes and the like.
Aye. Oh, mate, mate, you're right enough. But see, for the most part, I think you see every character in this, mate, they're brilliant. Every character's fucking tremendous. Even the wee guy that runs the supermarket. That's the mad priest with the fucking wedding crashers in it.
Aye, he's no
Oh,
long dead, actually. There is.
I know. It's fucking because he's like Jack's having a pure proper mental breakdown, know what I mean? Fucking just like he's screaming, "Some stab me in the eye," and he's like, "What?" No, he's gone. It's just that wee guy's face. He's just gone. Now you just go home now, Jack. You hear?
I think I better call my doctor. Go right ahead, Jack. What a great idea. But you don't see it till after when I goes to the photos of Jack and they're blowing up. Margaret's looking at him and he's like assistant manager in
Aye.
Safeway. And even the wee manager guys, doesn't fire him. He's like, ah, come on now. Well, fucking,
Aye. He's like,
I don't
I've
want you
always
to
thought of
ruin.
you as a son. Well, a cousin,
Aye, oh,
a
a
nephew.
nephew. You've got a great future here in retail marketing. I wouldn't like to see you throw that all away. Oh, the dreams, the fucking dreams.
Mate, see another one, another scene I completely forgot about. It's after he's trying to explain to Lydia what's going on with Jack and all that, and he goes to the toilet. Oh my god, mate! I nearly fucking pissed myself today.
Brilliant.
He's obviously at the urinal talking to talk in his head, and he's going, "Oh, it's just shit being this small and all that." And he's going, "You're not always gonna be small, little buddy." Fucking
Aye,
this guy's like, that. Play with it, pal. Don't talk to it.
aye. That guy who has been a security guard or a mall cop in a million fucking films, and he's always been the same age.
Aye.
Always, man.
Oh,
Just before when he's
mate.
talking to his, actually even I'm saying it, talking to his Willie. He's talking to Tuck. He's doing a pee, and he says, "You know what? I really envy you being with her." Guy must have been like that. Might have been inside of a Vajiji. Oh, Jesus, son. Oh, that's class. So well written.
It's stupid humor, but it's timeless because
Fucking
everybody
oath
will
it is.
laugh at that. Oh,
Mhm.
oh.
Absolutely brilliant.
Any other
There-
any other favourite scenes for yourself, mate?
Aye, they're fucking. When can you stop? Actually, once you write them down, I'll do one more. I will go for the obvious, the twisting the night away, where
Aye.
obviously they've went back to Tuck's apartment and Tuck's wanting a drink. The only way he can get a drink is if Jack takes a drink. So first of all, again, we're celebrating the fact that Tuck's a fucking alky and he's searching all the house for all these planks with empty bottles, but he finds a big bottle of Southern Comfort and it's Jack's first ever drink. And then Tuck puts the music on and starts dancing to Twist the Night Away. And again, I've read that this was done in one take, Martin shot, one shot deal. Fucking brilliant. Brilliant. And there's a bit in this that I do, I know. Again, this is a quotable film for me, and it's also an actionable film for me. And there's a bit when he jumps up the table and he goes like, everybody's feeling great. I do that sometimes when I'm pissed. He jumps off and double taps the big fucking inflatable ball. It's amazing. It's just dancing with the robot and all that. And then
Aye, mate.
interacting with it. That's superb.
It's mate, it's brilliant. That was my other one I wrote down. Know what I mean? It's
There
fucking
you
and the fact
go.
it's done in one take. Plus it's just it's everything Martin shot in it.
Aye.
It's just everything.
Mhm.
The physicalness, the hilarity and all that, mate, is again, if anybody who's not watched it, go and watch it. You'll get it on YouTube. Know what I mean? It's fucking superb, man.
That is superb. How about you? Any other ones you can think of that you've not wrote down?
No, no, mate. That's the ones I wrote down because I
Of
was like, ah,
course.
assuming they came out, assuming that they came on the screen, mate. I was fucking howling, man. It's
Aye. Because
back to Jack first hearing Tuck. It was fucking hilarious, man. It's just
so
it
good.
doesn't come across the way I was talking about it, but I swear, just listen to Martin Short
Aye.
shouting at his woman if I was okay with I be in a doctor's office, and it's just fucking it's just
I know. It's amazing. See, the best compliment I can play this film as well, having watched it again maybe 20 years later as an adult. Um, I mentioned earlier that there was no dead space in it, and there's fucking no. This film's an hour and 51 minutes,
Aye.
and it flies in,
Yep.
and it's packed. It's just packed with information and action and one-liners and jokes. Even Margaret and McCarthy's character in it, they're back and forth, especially when they're shrunk, man. There's a bit when Margaret's talking to him and he just goes, "Shut up, Margaret." Fucking horror.
Aye, see the one. It's that bit like me. They have to use the payphone. He's like, oh, come on, my coins are shrinking. She's like, you've got a card, don't you? All big men have got cards. Shut up, Margaret.
That's it. That's it. But his card would have shrunk or not. You know what I mean? Fucking... But it somehow uses the phone.
See the bit they're driving, and obviously they've snuck into the motor. And the next thing it's just these wee tiny horns. Come here, Martin Short's face, mate. Oh, fucking, oh.
That's one
Talk about blindsided, man.
My trivia facts about how they used the perspective, now the Hobbit stuff, to do that.
Aye. Oh.
Obviously they couldn't, but there's a bit of my fucking Jack's driving, and there's these wee legs, and you know it's him doing that with the legs. And fucking the wee white-haired guy fucking bites into his leg and all that. And Meg Ryan's getting strangled with a seatbelt. It's great.
Oh, mate, we've not even spoke about the cowboy. Oh, dear.
That's what I was going to, if I didn't steal your great scene. Oh, how good's he, mate?
Oh, mate. What a character. Know what I mean? It was just... I don't... Is he supposed to be Mexican? I don't know.
That's Southern American for somewhere it could be. Without being stereotypical, it could be for any one of the Latino Southern states, you know what I mean? Just, I'm a cowboy who doesn't see a cow. Don't ask me when, cause I don't know how. Yippee-hi-yo-hi. Brilliant. Fucking great. So good. And then, that's what I meant to say about in this. There was talk about it being family friendly and all that. There was a couple of comedy effects, sound effects in the movie. Did you notice? I'll just find out what I've wrote down there. If I can. 2 of them were in the Inferno. The cowboy flings away his hat. And then when he does the lasso bit, dragging her in and all that. But there was another one. William Shalliot. No. I've read that. I've wrote that, Craig. You're fucking dafty. No, I've went to the start again. There was another sound effect. What was it again?
Was it a Wilhelm scream, was it?
No, that's what made me think of the sound effects. William, no, I've wrote that. I've read that again. Forget it. It'll come to me. I've made a buzz of that. I've lost that. I don't know where it's went. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it just shows you comedy sound effects well in existence. It's that same guy, the same guy that done fucking all the Warner Brothers characters, Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig and all that. That wee old guy done all the sound effects, which I thought was quite good. But he's Picardo. He's not actually done a lot, I know. But it's funny seeing him with hair. Funny seeing him with Jack's hair.
Mate, that was, and I love it. I was like, I don't remember this part, you know what I mean? But the fact that he just manipulates his face to look like this character and all that, you know what I mean? And it's just like the Lydia character, right? She's supposed to be an investigative journalist, and she's just like, she sees him tied up in the bath, but he's wearing his face. She was like, right, hold on the now. Right, we're not going anywhere until you make this fucking clear.
But she comes out the bathroom in typical fucking Dolly Bird blonde, just touching his face and all that, you know what I mean? But which was fine, but that was very good. Very well done. I suppose we should mention between the two is a great scene as well was the face changing scene. More so the second one, changing back to Jack than the first one. That was... Is this when the fuck was Total Recall made again? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly my thinking, mate. I was going, that's awfully Total Recall, like, you know what I mean? Especially when the fucking eyeballs and the teeth and that start going, you know what I mean? I was going...
see, when I was watching, I was like, get your ass to Mars.
I just think that's the characters stuck like that. No, stop it. Stop it. No.
Brilliant. Please don't do that. Stop it. I was only kidding on. Please don't. Oh, excellent.
Fucking brilliant, man. But like what we were saying, like there's obviously Tuck is in a craft inside Jack's body, but you'd think that would have more part to play in the film. Know what I mean? You would see a lot more of that, but you don't. Do you know?
Case in point, we've hardly touched on it. We've been talking about mere characters, the writing, the story. When the biggest selling point in 1987 about this movie should have been the special effects and the shrinking of a little dude in a spaceship to go inside a body. And it's great, but we touched on it very, very lightly about the effects and how smashing they were. I mean, the copy I watched today is a far cry for the grainy VHS that I fucking wore it. You know what I mean? It was perfect and it would have shown up everything, but no, it was great. I forgot totally about the baby. Forgot totally about that. For those who haven't watched it or those that don't remember, Jack and Lydia have a kiss. In kissing, they transfer Tuck for Jack into Lydia. And he only realises it when he ends up in her womb. Well, outside the womb, because the baby's in the womb, he's not in the he might be in the womb. There was no womb there. There was no force field around the baby. But he sees his unborn child. And I was like, oh, you know, as a father, that really touched me, you know, that way. And I think only
that really resounded with me.
That was great. It was a nice surprise. It was a relit memory, and I thought, as a dad, I can imagine how fucking amazing that would be, you know what I mean? Surprised they went in and swallow it right enough.
Looked like a wee alien. Yeah.
It did, didn't it? Well, big, massive, fucking giant alien it looked like.
Yeah. Really. But another thing that was good, right? And obviously there's to be a wee bit feel good in all these films. At the beginning, Jack is very inward, paranoid, fucking panicker and all that. But as the movie goes on, he thinks that Tuck is helping him be braver and stronger. Know what I mean? He's like, kids with a strap him down. He's like, Tuck, make me stronger, and rips his fucking restraints and all that. Know what I mean? And then he punches this henchman down the fucking stair, and he's going, yes. Know what I mean? Aye. And you're going, oh, he's came right out of his shell there. Know what I mean?
Aye. And even he realises it, because the first time he does it, he thinks Tuck's helped him. Then he realises that Tuck's in Lydia, and he fucking does it anyway. And he's like, my boy, well done, my boy. You'll not be taking panic attacks in the safe way anymore. What did you think of? Sorry, on you go.
No, because I was going to say, like, come the end of the film, he notices that the bad guys are still kicking about. Know what I mean? And he obviously tells his doctor, I beat it, no more money for you. Tells that bird to beat it. Know what I mean? And it's like, oh, he's came full circle. But see that end? Was that meant to lead to an innerSPACE too?
Don't know. If it did, I've not read it. I didn't look for it, put it that way. So I don't know. I do not know. Maybe worth doing a wee read up when I go to my bed tonight. And because I could have led to another one. As Mysteries fucking Warner Brothers, Steven Spielberg things do. But as we touched on, mate, maybe because it was a flop. It was poo-pooed.
Possibly. Because it's just the way it's kind of left open-ended. Know what I mean? Jack chasing after Tuck and Lydia, and you've obviously still got the cowboy and the two wee menaces. Know what I mean?
Aye. What did you think of, like, the technology? I don't mean so much in the lab and all that, and the premises are shrinking it and shit. What did you think of the wee shuttles and Igo's fucking thing on it?
Aye, I found Igo's thing at the end, I found very the Hornet and Ant-Man. Know what I mean? Because it was very like it, but fucking same kind of idea. Know what I mean?
Aye. So, cross between that and the capsule that Steve Rogers has made in.
Yeah, as soon as I seen that, I went, bastards have ripped that right off of this.
Aye. I I love the wee pod. I think it's great. It reminds me of Batteries Not Included for some reason. Probably
Aye.
because
Aye, well,
it's
why
one
they
of the
fucking wee
things,
things flying about, aye. But
and it's kind of
aye,
the
it
same
was
noises and all that. I liked it.
aye, look, the design from and all that was smashing. No, I mean, that's who I thought maybe you could get a bit more of the story inside Jack sort of thing. Know what I mean?
Aye.
That I don't know, just say it was like something in the body that fucking was trying to get rid of Tuck. I know what I mean? Because your body's supposed to fucking fight off diseases and
Yes.
alien objects and stuff. So
See, that's the kind of thing. It's a natural question, but especially today, that's the fucking first thing people would jump on, wouldn't it? Where's the antibodies? That's not correct. They would have been attacked from the moment it entered the human body, you know. Shut up, Margaret.
aye. And it's maybe even just something else. Like he clocked something inside Jack's body. Know what I mean? And he helps Jack out with it sort of thing. It's just
Aye.
but that's me just fucking nitpicking at things, know what I mean?
I know, but that's the questions people ask me. The the eyeball camera looks fucking sword in it. It looks lethal, by the way. Especially when it's just like that and it goes ching like fucking Doc Ock's fucking arms.
Aye.
Ah!
I found myself asking and all like that, going, see when he's uses a wee laser and he's cutting through veins and all that shit, and I'm going, is he? Is he? Is he now internally bleeding?
Was there a deleted scene there where he went back and sewed up that bastard? You know what I mean? Aye. I suppose it's just we're meant to think it's the lining of or something. It's not a major artery. Obviously, the fucking Jack with heart. He'd get down like as if he was sprayed in the face with that knockout gas.
But aye, for the most part, the effects in the body and all that, it done what you needed to see. Even the bad guy getting melted away in the stomach acid, know what I mean? That was it was ample. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Just maybe being a wee bit greedy asking for more stuff.
Aye. It's not until you point it out. I don't even. Aye, it's not very. It's not the main focus of the movie. Whereas that's probably what the movie was advertised about. You will believe a man can be shrunken. See, technology. But the story is very much about the people, all the characters involved, and as you say, mate, they all play their parts fucking superbly, right down to Wendy the chain smoker. You know what I mean?
But I will say as well, I can't remember the character's name. See the other old pilot, the black guy.
Pete.
See him?
Aye.
See when obviously the chip gets stole, right? And Puck overhears him going like, "Hey, listen, we can't save Puck, but we can get that. We'll fucking get that back." And why is he then invited back at the wedding?
Aye. Aye. He's a bad roadie, isn't he? He's a
Aye.
bad fucking Colonel Rhodes, that prick.
Just means that here, listen, you cunty chops. I fucking heard you when I was inside. Know what I mean? You were going to leave me floating about in this guy like a wee skeleton, as long as you could get the technology.
Aye. What was it you said? That's too bad. Is it? Yeah, fucking dad. It was good of him to put Jack in a secure room with a back door right enough. I mean, that was always a winner. Don't let him out your
Aye.
sight. Fucking push bar. Yeah, see you.
That was just the one thing I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure about you. You're a bad egg. You're a bad seed.
It's like the money lender getting invited back to the wedding at fucking end of Armageddon. What are you doing there, Fat Tony? You know what I mean? You get paid back. A quick mention for a scene as well. The escape for the ice truck was
Aye.
stunt and comedy gold, wasn't it?
Yep.
Because it's a bit
Very
Jack's
slapstick
just
in it.
like that on the windscreen, no holding on to anything. I can't see between his legs that there's a post that he's leaning against or anything. And it's fucking him. It's no stunt. Aye, I'm like,
Aye. Yes, kudos. Aye. Again, well done, mate. The stunt people don't get enough recognition. Know what I mean?
Oh.
Which I think is starting to change more recently, know what I mean? But aye, it was well done. And still hilarious. You know what I mean?
Not got enough recognition. That bastard Tom Cruise is stealing all their jobs. Bastard.
I could
Any
have
work?
ran that length.
Any work gone, mate? Nah, it's a Tom Cruise film. Motherfucker. Any favourite lines? I'm sure you've got a few.
Oh, I did. I wrote two, but I reckon I've already said them.
I've
Obviously,
said plenty as well.
would I be in a doctor's office if I was okay? No, I mean that just fucking absolutely tickled me. Absolutely tickled me.
That's a creaser.
And the one again, he's talking to Tuck in his head, and the guy thinks he's talking to his knob. It just fucking. You know, knob is going to be small, little buddy.
Play with
You'll
it,
get
pal.
bigger.
Don't talk to it. They're tremendous. Again, the first one I wrote down was one we've already talked about, is the I'm Possessed one. That whole skit was just flawless. When they had the drink and Tuck makes a toast, he goes, "This one's to Ozzy, a good man who tried to save my ass by injecting me into yours." Yes. Tuck Pendleton. The doctor one that I wrote down is regarding the hysteric hysteria Jack seems to be suffering from. And Jack says, "How do you treat that?" And Dr. Greenbush, that's his name, he just goes, "Well, the medieval remedy was to flay the skin off your body with brands of fire. I have no idea what the current technique is." He's still got a clue about modern medicine, the guy. Brilliant.
Oh, it was funny, man. Oh.
The thing that used to cringe me out in this movie, because I watched it so many times, it's the Tuck Pendleton zero defects speech, because he goes, "Ah," at the end of it.
Aye.
Fuck up.
Aye. It's just like, I'm an all-American male.
Aye. Just, but yes, he's a fucking handsome guy. I don't care. I mean, he's a handsome man. Well, if one of the first acts is Lydia running at them, Mr. Futterman's the taxi driver for the Gremlins.
I know, mate. I was going to say that.
And the towel getting slammed in the door and Lydia storing there with his perfect ass, the bastard. You too can have a perfect bottom. Hollywood.
Right. But so
I'm in a man. I'm in a strange man. I'm in a strange man in a strange place in a strange world. It's just freaking out. So there's other lines, but I've done some doozies, mate. I don't want to say any more. I want to give another special mention to something we've not touched on, but I'm sure you'll appreciate as well. I think, okay, editing's a fucking great thing, but the timing of the backwards and forwards between Jack and Tuck is flawless, because there's a lot of times that the two of them are talking without the other one in the room, and it's just flawless, man. You instantly kind of believe that he is inside them. But I mean, it's great.
aye, as well done. Like you says, there's no wee gaps. You know what I mean? Brilliant, man. Just good cohesion. I believe it is the word.
Aye, and then there's comedy nuggets like when Tuck sets his telly on fire and explodes the video out the window, and Jack just goes, "Fire!" And then fucking Tuck's computer malfunction goes, "Fire!" The two of them have got their wee extinguishers out and all that. It's just so good, mate. Yeah, I could probably go on longer, but time's getting on. You know what I mean?
No, it's good, man. It's but when it was made, it stands up. You know what I mean? Some of these films you can go back and watch, especially some from the 80s and all that, and things are a bit shit. You know what I mean? But this one survives, and the humour still survives. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So
I was worried. I was worried about it. It's one of the ones I was worried about. But I'm happy. I'm glad you liked it or not. That was my worry as well, because you were like that, hardly noted. I was like, oh fuck. Oh no. Oh no, big man's not happy.
just sat there, fucking bumming something like that.
What'd your note say? Heavy pish.
Oh, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
It fucking does indeed, by the way. It did, didn't it? It did make him a dull boy, made him a fucking hypochondriac.
Aye.
But
I will say, I know. Favorite character for me is Jack.
aye, aye.
Just everything, mate. Fucking funny. The physical acting, his lines, which is hilarious because when you look at the poster for this, Dennis Quaid is like the focal point in the middle, and it's really a Martin Short film.
Aye,
So
aye. Dennis Quaid is, he's the A-lister, isn't he? He's the main dude. But, and again, the poster would suggest that it's all about the technology. But yeah, guys, again, we say it every podcast. If you haven't watched this, if you haven't watched this movie, please do, would you? Because I swear to God, you and all the family can watch it, and you will have a right good time. I'm pretty certain. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about it. Aye, innerSPACE, get it watched, man. So as I said, I'm glad you liked it, Chris. So what would you give it out of 10?
oh, for me, mate, I'll get a 7. 7's good for me. You know what I mean? It's when stuff starts getting to 5s, that's a bit shit.
Mm,
know what I mean?
aye.
So, what about yourself?
I've had it as a 7 on my ImDb, but I'm bumping it to an 8.
Nostalgia, baby.
And I think it's a combination of being fear that it was going to be dated and being re-energized with a good bit of nostalgia and probably no realizing how good this movie was. Do you know what I mean? It was great as a wee boy, but I didn't realize just after we've talked about it how fucking tight and together it was. It's smashing. And I'm glad Dennis Quaid just came out the other side and is now sober. Good guy.
Aye. Aye. I like that. It's good.
Cost him a lot of movies, didn't it? Cost him a
Aye.
fucking maybe a couple of decades, to be honest with you. I don't remember him being in a hell of a lot. I know he was in things in the 90s and early 90s, but it was the one where Jake Gyllenhaal's his boy and the earth freezes over and all that kind of thing. It was Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow.
And I was like, oh, fuck, you're Dennis Quaid. Huh. How you doing, mate? And what was the other man? He was a stalker or something, a baseball cap guy next door or something.
Oh, aye, that's fucking. Can't remember what it's called, but I've seen it.
Aye.
But he's in all sorts of them. He's in a sci-fi one, I know, Pandorum. It's fucking. He ends up with space dementia. But this is fucking real space dementia. Know what I mean? It's a kind of sci-fi horror one. It's good.
What's it called?
Pandorum.
Pandorum.
Aye.
Send me a link to that, mate, because I'll forget about that. That sounds good.
And he's in another one, Legion. That's where. What's that guy's name it plays? Is it Paul Bettany? He's Vision in the Avengers, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's an angel, and it's kind of like the God has sent demons to get rid of this Wayne about to be born. But if this Wayne is born, then humanity's kind of saved, sort of thing. That's a good film, I know.
That sounds right up my back alley. That sounds good. Well, there's a couple of films that we can watch. Before I pick from your list lottery, mate, can I briefly ask you what you did watch the last time since we podded?
I know, I was going to say, I forgot to ask you at the beginning there, but we'll take it at the end.
That's all right, mate. That's all right.
Oh, aye, mate. We're in chat.
Yeah.
But mine's is very varied. And us, right, because we started out with Sausage Party, right? It's an animation one with Seth Rogen and all that, know what I mean? It's fucking.
Here's the Jews!
Then I watched Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It's a horror kind of man about wee pixies and stuff. Then I watched, I put on Tremors. Can I whack a bit of Tremors?
Can you fuck?
Wee bit of Kevin Bacon.
Might go on a list.
Then I put on Spaceballs for whatever reason. Know what I mean? Then I put on Cliffhanger. Again, we're just going places. But we're not done. We're not done. I watched Cutthroat Island. Then I watched Extreme Prejudice. And then finally I watched Lockout. There is, again, if I was a serial killer, there's absolutely nothing to go on there. That just went places.
Aye. And you stayed away for the Disney stuff yesterday. So obviously you weren't hungover, you were just tired.
So, what about yourself, mate? What about yourself?
Not a lot. I've been because I had the kids at the weekend, watching mainly kids films that I've seen 300 and 400 times. So staying away for that. Since I'm body eating the rookie. The rookie, I think it's just I just like it. It's a great show. I can't no like anything Nathan Fillion's in. I like a big guy. I think he's smashing.
Mhm.
But apart from that, I only watched 3 movies. And they were Captain America, the First Winter Soldier, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Captain America, Civil War. So that's fucking
It's
Steve
not a bad
Rogers at the
trilogy, is
road.
it?
No, that's Steve Rogers at the road. My next venture will be Thor. And then
Oh.
I'll do the other Avengers accordingly before I do the Avengers. Do you know what I mean? I will
Aye.
not probably be taking in Natasha Romanoff's standalone film right enough because I've seen that in the pictures and that was plenty. That was plenty. That, you know what I
It
mean?
makes me cry.
And I feel sorry for her because she deserved a better movie. Again, that was a kind of. I know I'm going off a tangent here. I'll be very quickly. I just think that was a Black Widow movie where she was a side character in it again.
Aye.
And it was done
Aye.
through COVID, wasn't it? It was released, rushed out.
Yep.
Nobody would
Aye,
go and see it.
Aye, it was made for the sake of making it, sort of thing, I think. Know what I mean?
And there was a million cunts that could have played the big baddie in that. And I like Ray Winston. A lot of time for a cunt. I think he plays a right good part most of the time, but it was poorly cast for me.
Yeah. And they ruined Taskmaster for me, I know. Because I remember Taskmaster being like a Deadpool villain and all that, know what I mean? So
Aye. That's right, I forgot about that. Fuck's sake. Forgot all about that.
aye.
Did you see the new trailers for the Avengers something? What's it called? I don't know. Secret Wars?
Aye.
Is that right? The
Aye.
front cover just looks like Carry On Camping. Their faces they're all huddled up like that. I'm like, come on, fuck, what's going on?
So like I says, mate, tomorrow, Secret Wars and all that, it's good, a good story and all that, but I don't know if it's going to be pulled off right this time. I don't know if they're capable of doing it again. But we'll see. Can live in hope.
We can live in hope. I mean, you've got to think that Feige and that has sat around the table with the people that signed the checks and said, this is what Wolverine and Deadpool made.
Aye.
Worth the risk, guy. Maybe we should just start giving the audience what it wants. What do you think about that? You know what I mean? Anyway, tangents.
Yes. But it is time for movie bingo.
Oh, you've got a wee tune turning it up here this week. Brilliant. You need to do that every week now. And I'll do Back to the You. Right, okay. Shot in the Dark. This coming weekend, that'll be my boy's birthday, my twin boy's birthday, and they will be the ripe old age of 6.
Oh. Hell. Number 6 is the zombie apocalypse one. 28 days later.
Smashing.
There you go. We bit of Kelly and Murphy into our veins there.
It's days, no weeks.
No, it's days.
Right, days. Right, cool. First one. Right, got
The
that.
first one, aye. The no the one with Robert Carlyle. Although the opening to that is fucking smashing, by the way.
I don't remember it. But I think 28 days later, this wasn't out yesterday either. This is going back a bit, isn't it?
It is. It is. Trying to remember when that did come out. I think it's 2000 and something. 2002.
I thought that it was just shy of the millennium because Cillian Murphy looks very young and shiny faced in it, even though he's a bit distraught when we first see him.
Oh, he does that.
I'm looking forward to rewatching that, mate. I've not seen that since, again, it was a film for very late at night. Oh, what's this? This is fucking smashing. What's happened to him? His arse is hanging out in that robe now.
Aye. It was a new spin on the zombies. You know what I mean? And everybody was all sound. We end up in a zombie apocalypse until this film came out, and then found out the bastards could run.
I know. Who wrote that? And that's no. So it's same people that wrote fucking like me, Vampires No Stakes in the film. Oh, hey! Underworld, that's it. I'll look forward to
there
that,
you
mate.
go.
That'll be good.
28 days later.
And quite apt because 28 years later is just round the corner, isn't it?
That's it. That's why I got confused there, because it popped up and it said 2025, and I went, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No, sir, you're wrong. Well, brilliant, mate.
Aye. But before we go, it's just, again, thanks to Quaid for their tunes. A shout out to the Seismic Boys, Diabolical, and the Breakfast Club. Give him a listen. Know what I mean? As you give us a wee listen. Okay, again, we can ask as you like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, write it in the sky, write it in the street. Know what I mean? Just tell everybody and anybody. Know what I mean? It goes a long way.
Certainly does, mate. Certainly does. Word of mouth is the most powerful tool in advertising. It really is. And it takes a second to like something. It takes a second to share something. It's not to make us any money. It's just for a wee bit of notoriety because we think we're good. And yous who listen to us think we're good as well. And we'll keep doing what we're doing. I mean, obviously, we've attracted the sponsor of the next fucking billion-dollar company. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? So thank you to Tim and Native Origin. And please keep your bells set and alerts. It's the big launch is just around the corner. Tim's told me as well that he'll be hoping to get me some merch to wear on the pod as well very soon. So looking forward to that. Yeah. Right, my man. It is.
Yes. Well, again, everybody, thanks for listening, tuning in and all that, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you, no 28 days, but we'll see you for 28 days later.
Aye. Aye, so for me, it's cheery bye.
Aye, and for me, it's cheery bye.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
So we share your